Hello and welcome back, disc golf fans. This is Derek Scull and Chris German, and we are Gatekeeper Media. This is round 2 for the 2019 Las Vegas Challenge, presented by Innova Disc and coverage powered by Millennium Golf Discs. Big shout out to the PDGA and their national tour. Really stoked again, like we said before, to kick off our season right with this awesome event.
Yeah, I mean, the first day we came out here, I was in shock and awe, to be completely honest. Being from the East Coast, making it all the way out here. We have an awesome card here with Barry Schultz, Paul Oman, Martin Hendel, and Brian Earhart, all sitting at 12 under right now.
Yeah, so it could be anyone's round, folks.
Yeah, I believe there's, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 people all within like a 2-stroke range here. We could see all these people at 13 under.
Yeah, we were waiting for the deliberation of like how they were going to sort the cards, so it was pretty nerve-wracking if I don't say so myself.
Yeah, so we're here on the Innova course. We're going to start off hole 1, par 3, 393 feet. Pretty standard hyzer shot. You do have to worry about the OB over there to the right, and we'll see how this starts off.
Shout out to Innova for allowing us to use their drone flybys for this video. Thank you so much, folks.
So this is funny. So Barry's 6-time Las Vegas Challenge winner. I think back then it was the gentleman's.
Yep.
But you were saying when they were naming them off, it was like 2005, 2006, 2008.
Yeah, I think he started winning them in 04, I want to say. But as they were naming them, it was just, and another one, and another one, and another one. And everybody got a little bit of a chuckle out of it.
Yeah, so it's cool to have a legend, Hall of Famer here. It's right off the box. A little short, but he'll have a putt from there.
So Paul Oman, gentleman that you do not see on coverage very often. So it's good to have a new face to the stuff we're bringing you.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the whole reason why we came out here.
100%, yeah.
Third card is to provide coverage of people you might not necessarily see, or at least the journey of the people who you do see on other coverages.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, let's be serious here for a second. I mean, the skill level's there, right? Obviously, because we're watching him play right now. So it's not all about, those top 10 folks in the game.
Yeah, because we're going to see some great golf from some of these guys. Paul's able to get down there. We're going to have Marty here. Martin, he is the Canadian, 2017 Canadian champ. And it was cool. I think we brought up how we hung out with Canadians.
Yeah, it was a very Canada
on this course.
Canada positive weekend for us.
So big shout out to Canada. Marty's going to elect to go with a more straight approach. Really low, though. Just kind of threw that one right into the ground.
Yeah, it gets no distance with that. But our old buddy Brian, I know we brought him up in round 1's coverage a little bit, but we're really excited because I don't think we see him very often on coverage either. So, and we've known Brian for a little bit, so it's really good to hang out with him for this day.
He's also a lefty, so it's awesome to have another lefty on the card.
He gets a really sweet air bounce, and he's just gonna park his first one.
It's a great way to start. Marty's still got a little bit of work. At least 2 circles out. And he's just going to lay that up.
Yeah, he's got a nice little tap in for his par.
So all these guys sitting in 9th right now. We'll see how this shakes up.
Sit. All right.
Yeah, all these rolling hills here, especially on the Innova course, a lot of potential for rollaways, and we will see some later on today.
Yeah, hills and wind do not mix well.
Yeah, this was not a great day condition-wise, so Barry's able to knock that in. But just you could even see the wind now. It gets even harder later on.
It was dry, though.
Yeah.
I may have even gotten a little sunburn today.
It's very cold, though. See, everyone's in their hoodies, got some gloves on.
So a really great way to start the round with a 2 for Brian.
Paul will take his par.
Now you'll see Paul's warm-up and kind of shot routine is on the longer side. That one not particularly long because it was just a tap in, but he still had to do a little bit of work before he threw it.
So this is interesting. So this is hole number 2. This plate is the easiest hole, but I would say this is the most technical hole on the course, most tightly wooded.
Yeah, really tight gap up the gut with pretty low ceiling. So you have that option, or the spike hyzer if you're a righty.
Yeah, big over the top if you have the arm.
Yeah, so I was not really anticipating, because I hadn't really seen any of the pros in the open division playing this hole before we started shooting. So I was anticipating it going a little higher, but that was a really great shot. Anticipating the skip from Barry.
Yeah, it's a very short hole, so you'd kind of just throw it right up the gut. Bad reaction on the hillside there for Brian, but he'll at least have a look. Very nice. Ooh, it hits that rock. Another park job. So we're 2 for 2 for parks now, so that's great to see. Already kicking the left side a little. I don't think this angle really does justice to how awkward this shot is for him.
Yeah, he's got that tree kind of hanging over from the right, which is a very interesting form there.
Brian for the 2, and you could tell as soon as that left his hand, he knew right away.
Yeah, a little high and left, so he's going to have a putt back, and unfortunately hits the weak left there.
Oh, you could see disbelief.
Yeah, staring it down.
That's probably just nerves, though. I think it's just he's probably the anticipation, the hype. He's just ready to play and just
shaking off the camera jitters.
Yeah, as one would say. Barry, no stranger to throwing in birdies. He's starting off 2 for 2. And I guess I could see how this could play as the easiest hole, being that it's such a short hole. As long as you get at least halfway down the fairway, you can pitch up and get your 3.
Yeah, I would say for the most part, there's really not much of a need for any type of distance driver on this at all. And you know what? Even though Brian didn't do particularly well on this hole, he did have a smile on his face walking to the next tee box, so what a good sport.
Yeah, positivity. As we're going to look at the recap from everyone from round 1. Barry and Paul were 100% circle 1 putting. Everyone in the 70s there for hitting their greens off the drive.
Not bad.
Brian, 0 bogeys in round 1.
That's what got him here.
So he did take a bogey there, unfortunately. As we're going to move into hole 3. It's the first hole that really brings water into play. Righties, you're going to see him kind of throw a really wide skip shot. You could hit the cart path back there. It would be lefties, such as Brian. He'll probably go over the water here with the standard hyzer. Tough angle for you.
Yeah, obstructed view.
No matter which way they go, because they're not going to cut it as tight as what the angles give you.
It's definitely not going to be straight ahead. That's for sure.
That's why we cut over here. So that skipped a little early for Barry. So you can see pretty calm right now with the wind.
Probably the only moment of the day.
Seriously. I mean, even just this hole, I think we're going to see some wind. Paul doing a similar line to Barry. His going a little faster.
Go.
Ooh.
Come back. All right.
Very nice. You don't have really anything to worry about for your putt either, so.
I mean, I would. but that's why I don't play open.
Yeah. First off, from this tee, I'd be throwing it pretty far to the right. So Marty decides to go over the water. Kind of with a little Anheuser straight approach. And he stays
safe.
dry. Yeah, he stays dry.
So that similar route is to be expected here for Brian. More natural flight for him.
This is looking pretty hot. This is coming in too quick, yeah. A little too much there. As there was some confusion here, as Brian didn't know there was a drop zone. I think he walked all the way over.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And then we told him that he had to walk all the way back. So he's going to have to pitch up. He's going to have to take the 4 here. Very nice putt there from Marty.
Yeah, good looking putt.
So I thought his was a little deeper into those There's bushes there. I thought he was right on water's edge, but
Movie magic.
yeah. So we see now the wind picking up for Barry and
Keeping it really low. He's talking to his shot,
Yeah.
voicing his
was in his opinion, reenacting it a little. Paul. Took a birdie last hole. It'd be nice to see him take another one here.
Could we take a minute to kind of soak in this view as well?
Oh, yeah. Innova course is, I think, the best looking course out of all three of them that we saw here this weekend.
Yeah, it was great to be able to be on there twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a reason why they put it there. It's great courses. Paul's just a little short. Brian for the bogey. That's 2 bogeys in a row for him. So everyone else is going to tap out.
All right, shout out to Innova Discs.
We move into hole 4. This is the 5th easiest. 74% fairway hits, which is interesting, being a pretty wide open hole. They did move the basket down to the right a little bit more. It was perched up on that hillside a little more, so not as many rollaways this time around. We might even see some tombstones if someone goes real big.
So not with that one, but we get ourselves a nice profile view here from the tee box again, like our round 1 coverage had.
And the last Marty had a really good shot there. Was he able to put himself inside the circle? Barry's looking to get back on the board after taking the par last hole. I feel like this is almost a must-get for these guys. It's a little short.
From the tee, it seems a lot shorter than it actually plays.
Mm-hmm. Big highs are here from Paul. And once again, a little short.
I have no doubt in my mind that the headwind had something to do with that.
And then it goes back to the conditions of the round we played here. Is the wind was just back and forth. It would get really strong, and then it would die off. A lot of pitch and putt today. Brian's is even shorter than the rest of the crew.
And I mean, with adverse conditions, you're not playing to impress anybody.
Ooh.
You're playing to get your numbers.
Oh no. This is tough.
Now it is turning back. It's giving him a little bit of distance
Yeah,
back.
so I mean, he gets another 10 feet back there, but
however,
still.
mentally, that's probably a lot to take in.
That's tough, man. I mean, hit the basket. It's a really long uphill shot, and then it's
For a par save.
Yeah. And
So
then
knowing you have 2 bogeys under your belt already coming into this and watching that roll away.
And now you have to putt up again for par, and it's still a pretty long putt.
With a crosswind.
Yeah.
There's not a lot in favor for Brian here.
No, and you could tell the frustration. Everyone else is pretty close in range. Ooh. Barry barely sneaks that one in.
Get a little hustle up the hill there, grab his disc, and let's get a good old look at this banner here.
That's the art school in us. It seeps out every now and then.
Why not, right?
Yeah, seriously.
That was a close one too, actually. Looks like it hit the top of the cage.
I mean, putting uphill is tough.
As you see from round 1.
Yeah. Looks like Brian was ready to go tap in. Marty will come up and knock this in, though. It's Brian actually preventing the star frame, and he's going to have to walk away with a bogey. That's a tough one, bud. So that's 3 for 3. He's sitting 3 over with bogeys. 2 over for the round. But still plenty of golf here. He definitely can turn it around. So we do a highlight here of the legend, Barry Schultz. Came Hall of Fame in 2003. Crazy.
Hey. And he's a fellow East Coaster as well.
Yeah, it's cool to see him out there. So moving to hole 5. This one is a par 4 at 606. Average a little below par. Not a lot of holes here to do. This one, you kind of have a little tunnel shot you have to do. You want to land kind of where the drone is now. Then you have a pretty tight green on this approach shot. You do have to worry about OB behind and in front of you. A lot of people might throw it to the left because there is a wall there that you just kind of hit that wall if you wanted to. So you kind of have a bailout option if you want to take it.
Yeah, but you're uphill from back there.
Yeah, this is uphill almost the whole way. Because I did not get that. I don't even think you got that.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
So we'll see. We'll reconvene with their next shot.
Well, I remember us actually in the moment having a little bit of miscommunication as to where you guys even were.
No, and I couldn't flat out just kind of tell you.
Yeah, because
they were on the tee, so I didn't want to disturb anybody, in their play.
And you said you saw me too. I was just looking the wrong way.
Yeah, I was trying to say a quarter turn to your left, but
So Barry just throws it out there, kind of where you want to be at. His is a little to the left. Could have those trees to worry about.
He gets that air bounce and it pushes him right up into that tree. It's going to cut out a good third of his distance just from that.
Brian, being the left, he's able to just go to the left wide open.
Lucky him.
Yeah, big hyzer shot.
Yeah, and really good placement there.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
We should see Paul's shot here, I think. I think he's farthest. Still has a little bit of distance to get there, but no worries that he isn't going to try to get there and park it.
So something that I've noticed about Paul is that he's a very slow and steady player. So he's not trying to over crush anything. He's really focusing on form. So that routine that he has puts him, there mentally, and just kind of slow and steady wins the race for him.
Yeah, his form is top notch. As this looks like it's going to stay out. It's a tough one for Barry.
It's not a great look from
where he's at either. Yeah, he's actually going to
four.
be right in front of the tree. And that was something that was brought up when they came over. They were asking me where I thought it went out, and I kind of gave them the range of where I was going to spot. And seeing the video now, I was pretty on point, I think. I was nervous in the moment, though. I mean, you have one of the best disc golfers ever asking you where his disc went out. And I knew it was right behind this tree. It was tough.
So, yeah, that is a tough look.
Yeah.
Very obstructed. And for those who may be wondering, you're not allowed to check tapes to see where the lie is. So it is against the PDGA regulations during tournament play. You cannot review any footage whatsoever.
Crazy.
Yeah, especially because most pro sports, they have replays specifically for that reason. So, we did see a lot of changes in rules this year, along with all the other changes in the off season. So who knows? Maybe we'll start seeing that as media becomes more prevalent in the industry.
Yeah, I don't think it's there yet, but a couple years from now, I think we might see something like that.
Well, in an ideal world, we would have a camera crew on every hole, and we can watch everybody play. But, we're not ball golf yet.
Yeah.
We're coming for you, though.
We're going to steal your courses here, though, and play on them. Barry's going to take the 4. Marty very consistent here. He's going to take another 3. So he's got himself his first turkey of the round.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, golf clap. Golf clap. Brian's in. Paul's going to have to take the 4 there. So we look at a little update here through our, basically, Nate Sexton having a pretty hot round through 12. Josh Anthon's up there. Marty's in the top 10, though. He's putting together a pretty good showing here as we move into hole 6.
Third easiest with 71% fairway hits.
This one plays pretty easy, only because you kind of have a bailout to the left. There is a rope over there that is OB, so.
So, and obviously the water to the right.
But
and the drop zone for this is not a gimme.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's manageable, but deathly right behind it. So if you overshoot, you're going to be looking at a bogey.
Yeah, just being such a short hole, you really just got to throw something just like that. Just take your putter out, just throw it right at the pin.
Now, I will say the design of this hole is really beautiful.
Yeah.
The look from here is awesome.
Love it. Just anticipate that skip, throw it real low.
Now that, a lot of folks would probably say, hey, that wasn't an ideal shot, but from talking to a lot of the pros that were competing, that is a play that a lot of people go for, much like this one. So playing that little hump there on water's edge and allowing it to bounce up a little bit.
I think Brian's was a little too close for comfort. That one was a little scary.
I don't feel comfortable throwing like that.
No, I would throw far to the left long. I don't want to lose my disc. Barry just going right for it. It's going to be a long putt back, though. Always a chance for a rollaway. He has this crosswind from left to right.
And that definitely got in his head.
Everyone else is well within range. Looks like we're going to see everyone else get the birdie here. So Marty, that's going to be 4 in a row now for him. It's going to put him at 16 under. So 4 down through 6. Paul not far off. He's going to be 3 down through 6. I view second to none. Barry taking his par.
Star frame prevention.
We see that a lot. As we look at some of the previous winners, we'll see if some of these guys make it up. We haven't really seen any of these names near the top so far. Moving to hole 7. This one is a par 4 coming in at 432 feet. Either you run it, try to go for your eagle, or you can just do pitch and putt and basically get your 3 very easily. If you do go in hazard, you could even basically putt for your birdie. So very interesting hole design here.
Yeah, those traps are well within range of a putt.
So Marty doing what I think he would do in the position he's in. Just lay it up. Pitch it up again. Get your 3. We'll see if anyone else decides to go that route or if we're going to see some people run it.
Again, almost no run-up whatsoever. Just very calculated steps.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, he's right on the edge,
That's
though.
so close. He'll like I said, he'll have a look for a bird putt.
Runnable.
Yeah. Brian's is going too far to the left.
Yeah, that sails on him.
Yeah, that goes cart path OP over there.
That'll be a challenge for sure.
Yeah. Barry looks like he's just going to pitch it up. It almost looks like he didn't know what he wanted to do there. But he drops it.
Yeah, it works for him.
So Marty tied for first at 16 under for the tournament.
Yeah, he's going to play short, let that green do all the work for him, just slide him right up under the basket.
Yeah. Textbook shot. No reason at this point. I'd say maybe final round you run it. But with the conditions, I mean, just pitch and putt.
Yeah, really, at the name of the game here with such a close standing from everybody's scores, like you kind of want to play safe and hope for other people to screw up.
Yeah. Paul misses that, and then he's going to go for his par. Excited to see how the rest of this plays out.
Well, I think it's cool that I'm throwing the Scorpius just for the simple fact that they produce them. It's a disc that's very similar to the Destroyer. It has a really similar feel since it was based off of the original Destroyers. It's just not as overstable, I would say, for guys that don't have as much power. This is basically, you know, a long-range, multi-purpose shooter, whether it be backhand or forehand. This disc was vital right off the bat.
Big shout out to Millennium Disc for sponsoring us being part of the team and really making all this possible. As we move into hole 8, this is a par 3 at 427 feet. Pretty tough because it's baskets down to the right. We've been seeing a lot of baskets down to the left, so as a righty, we're either going to see some turnovers, maybe some forehands.
Yeah, but that's what I like to see with a course design, is something that has an equal balance for all types of throwers. Mm-hmm. Where, you know, we were at the Infinite course, and that layout is pretty close to being the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. So this is going to stable up for Marty, and it's going to just fade a little early for him. Of a little bit of work. 50,
yeah, it's looking. I was going to say about a 50-footer there.
Barry in 10th place at 15 under currently.
So he's cruising along.
Ooh, it's looking good. You can see the wind kind of pushed it. Very nice.
That's a great shot.
Paul, I mean, he's basically in the same spot. He's tied for 9th, playing pretty consistent. Big turnover in that.
I couldn't fight through.
Yeah. Brian being the lefty. See him go nice and wide. Ooh, goes a little too wide. Mm-hmm. And he's going to drop down kind of where Paul probably is.
It's kind of surprising to see tree hits on this.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what type of golf you're playing, trees will find ways. I can have a wide open hole and a tree will find a way to hit me.
No, the tree hits you, huh?
Yeah. It's an abusive relationship. Sometimes I punch it when I'm angry. So everyone's just going to lay up. We have Marty for the birdie. Ooh.
It was looking a little high at first, but it looks like it didn't matter.
He anticipated that win, and that's going to earn himself a rewind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, putting in these conditions, it's not easy. And just his reaction.
Yeah, I love the reaction. And so we're zooming in here. When he turns around, you do get to make out that he says, "Wow,
wow." He's catching fire too. 6 down through 6.
Hey.
Brian's gonna tap in, take the 3. So Barry's gonna have a chance for his 2. He's trying to keep pace with Marty. Marty is feeling it here.
Oof.
Tough break for Barry.
Yeah, it looked like he thought so too.
Ooh.
Sneaky.
Paul sneaks that in. Let's take a quick highlight at Paul. He's been up and down so far, pretty consistent. He's only sitting at a 10.09.
28 wins career-wise. It's not so bad.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more of him this year. We move into 9th hole. This is the second easiest hole. They move this tee box a little farther back for a par 4. Sitting at 601. Kind of have a tunnel shot for your first shot. Second shot for your approach, you do have to worry about this hazard behind you. There's a possibility going in there. So you could tell right out of his hand he was, oh.
Yeah, and this was not an easy look for me either. And it was hard to read what kind of shot he was going to take out of where he's at. So I'm looking forward to hearing what people think of that look.
I actually think when was it? It was the 4th round. Anthony Barella, I think, was in front of us, and I think he shot it over all those trees into someone's house back there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah, for a young kid, he's got an arm.
Yeah, he threw it in their backyard. It was crazy. So it took a little bit to find it, and they didn't know where it was.
When they do say you're not to go into people's backyards,
Yeah.
and they go through it, you just have to notate where it is, and then you let the TD know, and they do retrieve them for you. And then anything that goes in the water, they do have some divers that grab them, but you got a year waiting list for those ones.
Yeah, and then as long as you come back next year, you're able to pick your disc up.
That's right.
Yeah, there was a couple of people like, oh, I haven't seen this in so long, and they were talking about disc they got from last year. So this course really, with the water, can eat up your disc pretty quick.
So that's a tough break from Paul. He gains almost no distance ahead of himself, but he's got a clear shot here, so a chance to make up some ground.
It's going to be a long look for par. He's got that hazard right behind him.
Yeah, it's almost like, do you take your medicine and just play for the bogey? No, I'm sorry, it's par.
Well, he's
No, it would be
shooting for
bogey.
par. Yeah, so you're talking about if he laid up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so it was a tight look in there. I tried to stay as far back as possible.
You have no business going in there, boy.
Well, it all depends if he's trying to go up the gut through the middle, yeah. And he was looking at that.
Brian's coming in hot. Great shot from him.
Yeah,
That's
work.
a good way to end your front, Ryan. Oh, no.
Sit.
Oh. Marty's going to take the hazard.
So it looks like Paul's going to run it.
Good thing he did. Good thing he did.
That's a great par save.
0 bogeys through 9 for Paul. So, like I said, he's just playing consistent golf here. Sitting at 15 under, 3 under for the round. Marty had that really great 6 for 6. He is going to unfortunately take a bogey.
At best.
Yeah. I've seen crazier.
I mean, the wind's coming right for him. So
6 birdies through 9 holes. Sitting 5 under right now. He's peeking up there at the top. He's been teetering in that first position. Brian, he's down in the 30th right now. He's had himself a pretty tough round. He's sitting even. He still has a whole back 9 to play. He's still out there having fun, but a couple tough breaks.
I still think it's the camera jitters.
Yeah, it's always weird. So here's another look at the scores. Marty's sitting at 5 under. He's 17 under for the tournament. Barry just 1 behind him. We have Paul up there as well. We're going to take a look at the leaderboards. Some hot rounds. Austin Hannum putting up a pretty good round, as well as Nate Sexton.
Where'd Anthony go?
He dropped off. Yeah, we don't see him on there. I think he's right below. It's still a really tight race.
Well, folks, thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in for the back 9 coverage around 2. Well, let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, stay tuned. Take care.